By holding everything until the end, you eliminate a lot of that concern, that nitty gritty, the time where the client is just like, ooh, they're getting nervous because some things are coming in dribs and drabs, but it's not finished yet and they can't visualize the final product. A reveal day was my answer to a lot of problems inside the implementation process of my business.
All right. I'm Rebecca Hay, and I've built a successful interior design business by trial and error, podcasts, online courses, and so many freaking books. Over the last decade, I've grown from an insecure student to having false starts to careers, and now I'm finally in the place where I want to be. Throughout my journey, it's been pretty obvious that I'm passionate about business and helping other entrepreneurs do the same. Each week, I'll share tangible takeaways from my own experience and the experiences of other badass women to help you build your confidence and change your business.
Hey, it's Rebecca, and you are listening to Resilient by Design. Today, I'm diving into all things the reveal day. I'm excited to walk you guys through this one. It's so funny. I'm recording this because I realized I haven't actually done a podcast episode on this topic. And, last month we created a new free resource, which is the checklist for our reveal kit. And you guys can go get it. It's at rebeccahay.com/reveal. But in creating that checklist, we went to look at what episode of the podcast would this be relevant to, because we can put it in the show notes. And I went through every single episode of this podcast dating back to 2020, and I literally could not find an episode where I specifically talked about reveal day. So here you go. Many of you who've already downloaded the reveal kit checklist have asked me, talk to me more about, I love the idea and I've got my kit stocked and ready to go. But how do I convince my clients to wait? How do I convince my clients that they're not going to get their furniture, their drapery, what have you, as soon as it's ready? Because I know that this was something I struggled with in the early days of my business. I had worked for a designer previous who did not really do a reveal day. We had certain clients we could do it for, and other clients it would just kind of deliver things as they were ready, because I just wanted to get them into the house because I figured the clients were anxious. Well, I knew they were anxious. They kept asking, right? And so what I started to notice was there were so many things that were going wrong. Something would arrive, I would deliver the sofa, and the client would say, oh, wow. It's really nice, but it looks a little big, don't you think? I don't know. Do you think it's really going to work with that rug you showed us? Do you think you could bring that sample to the house? I'm a bit nervous. Maybe we need to reselect our rug. Or, that floor lamp would arrive before the armchair that was supposed to be next to the floor lamp. And this is an actual scenario that happened. These are all real stories. And the floor lamp arrived and the client was like, oh, that looks really topsy-turvy. I think my grandkids are going to run into that and they're going to knock it over. And I reassured the client, well, no, you don't have to worry about that, because when your upholstered armchair comes, it's going to sit in front of it. And then there's going to be a side table. So there's no way they can knock the light over because it's going to be behind. Oh, no, this does not look sturdy. We have to return this light. So what I realized finally was that having furniture delivered in dribs and drabs and having things installed like drapery or lighting as soon as it was ready to go really didn't serve me, and actually also didn't serve my client, because I thought I was serving my client by giving them what they asked for, but sometimes clients just don't realize that maybe what they think they want or need isn't actually in everyone's best interest. By holding back product to be installed in the client's home to have a reveal day, it did so much more than just wow them at the end. It eliminated the need for so much time. It eliminated the need for myself or someone from my team to go to site to look at it. And then we would start to second guess. So we pull out our drawings. Do you really think it's going to fit? And I would think, oh my gosh, is our drawing to scale? Like I would question our ability. I would question everything because then the client was questioning and then I questioned me. And then I didn't feel confident sometimes standing up to my client. Sometimes I was confident, but the fact that I had to have those conversations, have those emails, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this experience. And so by holding everything until the end, or at least almost everything, you eliminate a lot of that, I don't know what you want to call it, like concern, that nitty gritty, the time where the client is just like, ooh, they're getting nervous because some things are coming in dribs and drabs, but it's not finished yet and they can't visualize the final product. So a reveal day was my answer to a lot of problems inside the implementation process of my business. And so today what I want to do is I want to walk you through 4 ways that will make it easier for you to convince your clients that a reveal day is right. 4 ways to make a reveal day actually happen for you to ensure that your clients are on board, ready, and it goes as smoothly as possible. So I'm going to walk you through the 4. So the first one is communicate your process early. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this. Number 2 is to be patient, because it's not going to be perfect the first go around. And I'm going to share some examples for that. The third one is minimize exceptions. You know, when you decide to make an exception to what you said you were going to do. And then number 4 is have a plan ahead of time. Be organized. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to walk you through all 4 of these because these, I think, are the keys to ensuring you can run a successful reveal day for your client. So let's dive into the first one. Communicate your process early. Honestly, this goes for so many aspects of running a design project, but I would say when it comes to a reveal, which happens at the end, the most important time is the beginning of a project. You need to communicate with your client before they've even become a client. This means it's in the consultation, perhaps even in the discovery call. That's when I start having this conversation to let this potential client know, hey, this is how we do things. This is our process. And at the end, we hold everything for a reveal. So how do you word this? Because I know a lot of you probably hear that and you think, you make it sound so easy, Rebecca, but it's kind of scary. And what about if your client gives you pushback, right? Because I've been there. I've had clients push back. I've had clients say, well, so you mean we have to wait until the end, even if the sofa's ready? And what I always say to clients is, we deliver the most exceptional results for our clients when we can control everything from start to finish. Part of that is the reveal day. So what we do is as things are ready, we ensure that everything is inspected and it's held at our receiver. Once we have about 80 to 95% of all the products, and of course, if there's a renovation, the renovation is done and we clean it out, we schedule and coordinate a reveal day. And what that will look like is that we will deliver and install everything into your home, fluff the pillows, put the accessories, light the candles, even fresh flowers, and then you can walk home to a fully completed space. Not only is this so rewarding after so many months or more than a year of waiting and work, you really get the best bang. This way we can control it all. And that's what I say at the very beginning. And so if you tell someone this at the very beginning and they have an objection, then you can talk about it. If they say, oh, well, no, I worked with another designer and that's not how she did things. And you can certainly say to your client, I understand that not everyone in the industry does this. Many of us do. I've learned from trial and error. I've learned from experience that this is the best way to deliver the best results to our clients. If you keep reminding your clients that you are there to give them the best experience, to have the best result, reassure them things will get inspected and you are going to be reasonable. I always tell clients, listen, if there are like table lamps that are back ordered for 6 months and everything else is ready, I am not going to hold your entire house of furniture to wait for those 2 table lamps. What we might do is we might take something on loan. We might prop something in temporarily just so that you can move in and get that full reveal. It's important that you communicate your process early. If you're in with a client right now and you're like, oh, I really want to do a reveal day, but they've already hired me and I did not mention anything about a reveal in the discovery call or in the consultation, that's okay. You could still do it. If you don't have a process and you don't have a reveal day, but you feel like you're in a project right now where that could be a possibility, you can tell your clients, listen, our process is changing and, things have changed since we started your project, but what I'd really like to do is schedule a reveal day. So I will have everything delivered in that day so that you don't have to sweat any of the delivery. You don't have to receive anything until the end, and we will manage all of that for you and have you walk home. It's like your HGTV moment where you get to walk in and be surprised, and I think it'd be a really incredible experience for you. It's going to come down to the sale of the idea and letting them know, but the earlier you can plant that seed and let them know that this is how you do things, this is your process, they not only will feel like they're in really good hands because you clearly know what you're doing, but they're going to get kind of excited. They're going to get excited that, okay, at the end, there's going to be something to look forward to, because there's nothing worse than that design project, that renovation that just feels like it's freaking dragging on for frickin' ever. There's like no end in sight. And then when it ends, it feels super anticlimactic. You know what I mean? When it's the end of the project, you're in there and like the reno's done and the kitchen stools have been delivered and maybe you did some furniture, but maybe there isn't really any furniture. And it's kind of like, okay, like when's the final invoice? Like, can the contractor come back and fix this thing? And you just want the project done. And there's no big bang. The big bang kind of is that bow that ties it all together. So communicate your process early so that you can ensure the client's okay and excited about this idea of reveal day. Okay, number 2. So the second way that you can work to execute a successful reveal day and convince your clients that it's going to be worth it is to be patient. So what I mean by that is once you've communicated that this is your process, maybe you haven't done it before, maybe you've done it a few times, but just be patient because you're not going to hit it out of the park on the first get-go. Honestly, I have fucked up so many reveals. It's not even funny. But just because something goes wrong doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you. I want to encourage you to keep at it. There were multiple times where I tried to do a reveal day and it just didn't work because we revealed most of the stuff, and especially during the pandemic, we had a lot of product on back order and like big items, but they were really back ordered. And so we revealed the main floor or we revealed just the bedroom. And you know what? It wasn't ideal, but every time you do it, it will get better. And be patient with your client because they probably haven't done this before. So put yourself in their shoes and continually reassure them that you are doing your best to make it exceptional. Things are going to go wrong. You need to communicate that, but you need to be patient with yourself because it took us many projects, and I can tell you we are still fine-tuning and tweaking. Every reveal day is not a smashing success. Every reveal day is not 100% photo-worthy. But the more you try, the closer you're going to get to where you want to be. So be patient.
All right, designers, if you have been looking for a go-to source, a go-to supplier who will allow you the creative freedom to design your own custom art area rugs for your clients, I have the vendor for you. Studio 321B has been my go-to source for years for literally every single interior design project we do. They have decades of experience and area rug knowledge. Anthony, the founder, is my go-to. You need to ask for him because he will get you sorted to help you design area rugs that are done at a very fair price. In only 90 days, you can have the area rug of your client's dreams, Go find out more, run to their site, studio321b.com, or check them out on Instagram at studio321b.
Number 3, minimize exceptions. I felt the need to add this one in because at first I was going to say make no exceptions, but then I realized that's not the reality. Like if you've never done a reveal before, if you don't have a solid 7-step process like we do, then you're going to be tempted to make exceptions for your client because you think it's going to make things easier, or you're appeasing your client because they're getting antsy because of timelines. And so I just want to let you know that this is normal. This is part of the be patient tip, but you need to minimize those exceptions as much as possible. Because when the client pushes back, or maybe they want something faster, or their grandfather's coming and they don't have a chair for him, get creative. What are ways that you could help your client without actually conceding in a way and bringing in the furniture piece by piece? Could you rent something? Do they have something in their basement you could help them put in the room? Get creative, work with your client, but please stick to your process. I talk about this inside power of process all the frickin' time. I always say, especially when we have our Zoom calls, our study hall sessions, I'm always on the screen saying, every time I have made an exception to my process, or I have stepped outside of our way of doing things, I regret it. It always comes back to bite me in the ass. Say I'm going to do design for a friend, and then I don't charge them, and then I get resentful. Or I say, you know what, I'll just do floor plans for you, even though that's not my core service offering. Anytime I do something that's like, okay, I'll just do this thing, it backfires. So if you ever catch yourself feeling in your head or out loud saying I'll just, whatever follows after that, just know that usually when you do that, your gut is telling you you shouldn't, and you're doing it because likely you're trying to people please because that's who you are, and it's hard to get that out of your system. I can tell you I can relate to that. But just try and catch yourself. Try to minimize the exceptions that you allow. Because with every project, those exceptions will become fewer and fewer until you get to the point where you're confident enough to fully stand your ground and say, this is the RHD way. This is the cornerstone of our business. We have this process for a reason. I've learned from experience, right? This is how we do things to get the best result. Okay, that was number 3, minimize exceptions. Number 4, and this is the last tip I'm going to share on this topic, is have a plan ahead of time. I used to say, we have reveal day, and I'd pick a day, and then I'd schedule a bunch of trades, and we would just show up, the furniture would come, we'd be like placing things, scrambling, and it was okay, but it really didn't get super successful until I got super organized. This is something that I talk about in my courses, but especially in Power of Process, because I walk you guys through all the steps in my process, and actually we just completely updated the course and have added brand new modules and lessons. And one of them is specifically about reveal day and the checklist and how we schedule things. I think it's going to be a real hit inside the course, but you need to have a plan. So here are the 4 things that we do that I recommend you adopt into your design practice. So 1, have a schedule of events. We have a spreadsheet that we use where whether your installation is a day, a week, a month, we create a schedule for whatever that time period is. So let's say we're doing a reveal to our client on a Friday, and we've kicked them out for that last week. Construction's just wrapping up. We have maybe, I'm just going to make this up, the drapery's going in on Tuesday. I've got furniture being delivered on Wednesday. Thursday, the art install is coming. Friday is accessories and more art hanging, and or a few remaining pieces are being delivered. If it's a big project, it'll take a week. Sometimes our reveals are just a day. And so in that case, this is the schedule. At 10 a.m., furniture's being delivered. At 11 a.m., the draper installer is coming. At 12, and we have it printed, and we take it to site, and we put it on the wall, on the door, somewhere where everybody can see it. And in the schedule of events, we also, by the way, have it in Google Calendar. It's really important. I think digital as well. But we have the phone number of every individual party. So we've got draper installers' cell phone number. We've got the cleaner's number so that anyone on site doesn't have to call the office and be like, hey, can you contact, like they haven't showed up. Where's our drapery installer? I thought they were coming at 11. The schedule says 11. Can you call them? It's important that you have all the information at your fingertips, because when you are doing a reveal day or doing a week of installations or load-ins, there's so many moving parts. You're so busy. You're on your feet. You're not at a laptop. So I think, and I find, it's very beneficial to have a printed copy. The second thing that we have to keep us organized is a reveal kit. So the reveal kit is this super awesome toolbox. It's essentially a stacked toolbox that I got at like Home Depot years ago. And I have our brand sticker on it, so it feels branded. And it literally has everything we would ever need. That is the checklist that is available to you for free. So you can get the checklist of what's inside my reveal kit. Just go to RebeccaHay.com/reveal and you can download it and you can copy and paste it and update it. It's very thorough. I go through all the cleaning products that we have. I go through all the other miscellaneous things that we have. We have everything from felt pads to Windex to Goo Gone to wood markers, like you name it, so that when we're there on reveal day, if I'm like, oh shit, there is a scratch in the hardwood floor, I've got the marker with me, boom, and I can color it in. Maybe that's all it needs. Maybe it still needs to be fixed, but at least I can do what I can do. And all those pesky stickers, that come on furniture that you've ordered, any sort of case good that's come overseas, and you're trying to get those stickers off, you need to have everything. You don't want to waste time on reveal day sending someone, or if you're a solopreneur, going on your own out to the hardware store to pick up an extra light bulb. So we have a reveal kit ready. We bring it with us in the morning. If we're doing a full week's worth of installs leading up to a reveal day, we'll bring that kit on the first day and it stays at the house the entire time. The third way that we stay organized is that we communicate our plan with our trades. It's so important that the trades who you've been working with, like your contractor, or the trades that are coming to do deliveries and installs on the day, they understand, how important this day is and that everything needs to get done. This is not a do what you can and come back next week situation. It's all hands on deck. And we let them know there's an order of events. You're coming first because then I've got this person and then that person coming. It lets them know that, okay, she means business. I can't just say I'm coming at 10 and show up at 2. Let them know, like, you could share even your schedule of events if you wanted to, but have a conversation with every trade. If you're working with a builder or a contractor, let them know, this is how I run my projects. We do a reveal day. It's coming up. I just want you to know because there's going to be a lot of people in the condo, let's say. And so it's probably beneficial to make sure that your guys aren't there that day because it's going to be too many people. I'm going to tell you a story. Oh my God. I did this condo a few years ago, right downtown on the water in Toronto. It was an awesome project, like full reno and decor project. And reveal day came. And this was still earlier when I was trying to really ace the reveal day. I had my kit, I was looking really cool. Pretty sure I have a whole YouTube video on it on my YouTube channel. It was our Harbor Street project. And the millwork was still being installed the day before. The contractor was there. The owner of the construction company was there. There were like 8 people in this condo, plus my team. We were there till midnight the night before the reveal. It was a fucking nightmare. It was a nightmare. We couldn't clean anything. The furniture was being delivered. It was just, honestly, we were all on top of each other. And at the time, I was irritated with the contractor or with someone who worked for me, but ultimately the buck stops here. I'm pointing at myself because I was responsible for making sure that everything was lined up and that the construction would be done in time for the reveal. And I should have done a better job at communicating with the contractor and his team what reveal day meant. Like, this is like, we're talking HGTV moment here, guys. And I didn't do that. So make sure you communicate your plan with your trades. And then last, number 4, the way to be organized on reveal day is to prepare your clients I feel like this one goes without saying, but I also feel like I need to say it. You got to let your clients know, what does that really look like? Here's what they can expect. We send a what to expect document before reveal day to our clients. Like, lots of people are going to be there. It's a really exciting time. Like, we prefer that you stay away. We make it like kind of cute and funny. We communicate verbally. We communicate via email. We prepare our clients that we want them to stay away. Go for lunch. Usually they're at work, so that's pretty easy because it's usually on a weekday. We always do them on a weekday, never on the weekend. And we let them know, listen, it's a long day. Like, we're not going to be ready for you until about 4:30. I'm going to text you when we're ready. And clients are excited. You know what? They'll go and sit at the coffee shop around the corner. They'll have a glass of wine while they're waiting. They're giddy. They're excited. This is what they've been waiting for. Then on reveal day, there's none of this surprise like, oh, I can't be in my house? Oh, you're not going to be ready for me till 5 o'clock? Or 2 o'clock or whatever it might be. So make sure you prepare and educate your clients. Okay, I've just walked you through 4 ways that you can ensure that you run a successful reveal day. So communicate your process early to your clients. Number 2, be patient because you're not going to hit it out of the park the first time. Number 3, minimize making exceptions to the rule, making exceptions to your process. And then number 4, have a plan ahead of time and be organized. These are the ways that I have found really helped us to make a reveal day just a natural next step in our process. I don't really have to think about it anymore. It's just what we do. And I think the more it becomes normal and natural part of your process, the more confident you'll feel, and that confidence will just come across to your clients. So I would love to hear from you. If you are doing a reveal day, I'm desperate to know how many designers are doing it. In fact, let's put a poll up in our Designer Meetups Facebook group to see how many designers are doing reveal days and how many aren't quite there yet. I'd love to hear, have you tried it? Was it a disaster and you don't want to do it? Or does this episode hopefully encourage you to try it again? And please go ahead and download that freebie. That's the free reveal day kit checklist. It's at RebeccaHay.com/reveal. Let me know if you used it. Let me know if it's helpful. Is there anything I missed in that checklist? It's a pretty thorough checklist, so I think you're going to be pretty happy with it. And that's all I got today. So good luck with your reveals. If you're interested in learning more about establishing these processes and getting a little bit of a more streamlined way of running your business, or even just understanding how others run their design business, then you definitely want to check out Power of Process. It's opening the doors September 26th, and we're really excited because we've completely updated the course. We've added a ton of new lessons in response to the study hall sessions, because again, don't forget, the course has a live component. For 8 weeks, we show up live in a Facebook group for study hall sessions on Zoom, for Q&As, Ask Me Anything, literally, inside our private Facebook group. And the questions that came out a lot of the times over and over again were like this. Give me the details on running a reveal day. What does a presentation look like? And so what we've done is we've overhauled the course to include specific lessons about these questions, to answer these questions. So it's going to be really, really good. If you're a POP OG, you know you have access. You get lifetime access. You can join us again this round. And good luck and happy reveal days. See you soon.
The Resilient by Design podcast is produced by Vera Marquez, edited by Abby Circatella, and hosted by yours truly, Rebecca Hay.